Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen to this 2v2 match on End of the Line. I'm just going to head straight into it because it's going to take a lot to introduce everyone. In the top right of End of the Line, it is Booka playing as a blue blackhand, and his teammate over to the left, Affluenza, as the orange GDI. And if we slide to the bottom right corner of the map here, as the cyan Traveller 59, it is Dorado. And sliding over to the right, his teammate here is Hulk as the green GDI. So here we are on a 2v2 map here, and it will be interesting to see how the spikes play out early in this game. It looks like Affluenza has not challenged for this tip spike. It looks like Booka is going to take this one, and Dorito is going to take this one for each team respectively, and Hulk is going to get this spike pretty much uncontested, and Dorito is also fighting to take this spike out from under Affluenza's nose, and he will have enough buzzers to overwhelm this, and he's able to clean all of the buzzers up there, and he will be able to pick up that tip spike. So a small eco lead will start with Dorito having 2 spikes. We see bikes actually coming out from Booka here, so this will be a fast-paced game, I imagine. End of the line, it's usually a quick, like, free-for-all in the middle of the map and just blasting each other. Don't normally see massively long games on this map, but it's usually action-packed, so I'm excited to see what these players provide for us today. 3 bikes coming out here from Booka, and he is just sending it straight down the middle, but it will be spotted by this pitbull from Hulk. But that pitbull will survive, but the bikes, they're just going to keep going. They don't care about that pitbull. They're just going to head straight into the base of Dorito, and he really does not have anything here. And Booka attacking 2 different harvesters, not the greatest idea here, but he's forcing 2 harvesters off the line, and he's yet to lose a bike yet, and he's going to try and pick off that Seeker. He does lose a bike, but he should be able to kill the Seeker tank, but another Seeker tank comes out, and he does get that Seeker and gets away with 2 bikes. So you could say this hasn't been too bad a rush. He's forced out another Seeker tank. He's forced out 3 Seeker tanks. That's a big win. The pitbull comes back, but he's cleaned up by one of the bikes, but he does kill another bike. And I mean, he's forcing out more Seeker tanks. I mean, Dorito, he didn't need to commit this hard, and Booker's actually ahead of him in harvesters now. He pulled those harvesters off the line. He's forced out a lot of Seekers, but now he's going to need to be able to defend this counter attack that's coming in from Dorito. But all it will take is a barracks, yeah. And actually, his teammate over here in Affluenza is helping with the defense. Expansions being set up for both of the players on the bottom side of the map. And a tier 2 has come down from Affluenza and an airfield, so I reckon that'll be Orcas coming out. So they're going to try and keep on the pressure. They've started with a bike rush, and he's only on 4 harvesters now, Dorito. So, and Hulk, I mean, he's just going to be over here. He should be cranking in, but he's actually built a bunch of pitbulls. So maybe they're looking to counterattack after the early rush. Orcas are on the field. And, well, this game has slowed down a little bit here after that early aggression and counter-aggression. That spike did end up being taken by Dorito, so every spike on the map has been captured. Cabal's attacking the Seekers, but they will be cleaned up by a buzzer hive. Now it'll be interesting to see these Orcas. They're actually moving out with only 3 Orcas on the deck, which isn't the greatest idea. He's now waiting for the 4th one to catch up. Have Refinery down there, and Hulk, he's got double ref, and he is just pumping out harvesters. He's going to pump out a massive economy. The Orcas have been spotted by these riflemen. Yep, they've been spotted by those riflemen there. No, they are Affluenza's rifle. I'm not sure how he's seen those Orcas, but he has seen them. Maybe he saw them over the tip spike. But the defense is already here. Gunwalkers and rocket squads are already here. He's going to go for the Gunwalker, which isn't really worth it. But he goes, shoots at the harvester, but doesn't do any more damage. He goes back in now, Affluenza. Really indecisive there. And he still didn't fire a rocket. There we go. So he kills 1 Gunwalker and 1 harvester for those 2 Orcas, which really is not worth it at all. And look at this, these guys just staring at each other right here. Shredder turrets and buzzer hives. These Orcas will get away. So he got a harvester, so it does hurt a little bit for Dorito, but obviously he will be fine. He still has 2 and 4 here and 2 and 4 on this field. Rocket Squad's now left here to defend from any further Orca harassment. In the meantime, all players have just sort of decided to build up their eco. They've really put their foot off the gas in terms of aggression, other than those Orcas. Gunwalkers moving along the south here. Bikes trying to sneak in, but they'll run into those Gunwalkers. And Gunwalkers do a relatively good job versus bikes due to the low armor on the bikes. Harvester glitch up there for Booka, which is unfortunate. Pitbull's in the top right here looking for a way in. Orca Strike gets a direct hit on that. Does that mean that he's going for Hammerheads? Hammerheads and Secret Shrine out, so he's going to go for that Black Hand Infantry, Black Disciples. Maybe we might even see some Purifying Flame. That'd be exciting. Orca's just sitting here, and they don't want to go that way because they'll run straight into those Pitbulls, and they do, and one Orca should fall straight away, and it does. So these Orcas really not paying off for Affluenza at all in this game so far. Tech is down for the Traveller player, and we know what that means. This is down, and I'm sure we're going to see a Prodigy come out from here. Temporal Wormhole down on this force, and there's Pitbulls and Infantry here, so this is a really nice combination of forces here from the GDI and Blackhand players. And unfortunately, they're really being stalled. This infantry is a snail's pace right now, but these harvesters are being picked off. Phase comes down on that harvester, but he's only been able to phase one, so Affluenza's like, that's fine, I'll just target a different harvester. This tripod comes in, but it won't do too much once these infantry get in range. The Pitbulls have been pretty much well and truly cleaned up now. This harvester is wandering into the battlefield, and this push is coming in. The Prodigy comes out, but it could die instantly, and it dies instantly. That Prodigy coming out on the front line was not what Dorito needed, and this infantry push is really powerful here. MCV moving forward as well, but it's on really uneven terrain and unable to deploy, and there is a severe lack of anti-infantry here for these players on the right hand side of the map. Sonic Emitter comes down, that'll be really good, that'll shred through the infantry. Oh no, that is actually Affluenza's Sonic Emitter, so the push is going to continue. I thought that was Hulk's Sonic Emitter, but no, that is Affluenza's Sonic Emitter. And this push is continuing on. Infantry trying to pick up this Dev Warship has done a lot of work. The Firehawks are actually on the field. I'm not sure why Firehawks would be a choice at this time. Predator tanks are starting to move across the map, but this Dev Warship is really starting to lay into these infantry forces, and I mean, Booka's force has pretty much been wiped out. Orcas again back on the field. Do these Firehawks have missile loadout? No, they don't. You see that Devastator Warship just received a rank, and this push is pretty much being stopped here now. But the Orcas are going to sweep in and clean up the tripod, and then shoot at these Predator tanks. But he won't be able to kill it. And this Tech Lab is actually close to falling here, and it will. Wow, where is a Marv? Is almost on the way. Yeah, he needs tech. He needs to drop Sonic Emitters to help his ally here, Hulk. He really needs to help out his ally. These Dev Warships have done a lot of work for him, but now there's SAM turrets being dropped right under their nose, which is not what you want. Predator tanks starting to pick off the harvesters of Dorito, and his economy must almost be in shit. This is his last harvester, I think. No, he has one more after that harvester falls. The Marv is out though, and there really is not a lot here to deal with the Marv. Affluenza is going to try and get his own Marv up, but this Marv is already here, and this push could be in severe trouble now. I mean, these watchtowers are going to pick off any of the infantry that Booka tries to place down the front lines. He just needs to delay until Affluenza can get. He's building Juggernauts. He's trying to get Juggernauts across. But yeah, this base, I mean, there's Cultists being built now, and there's Juggernauts coming out from Hulk, and this push may completely fall apart. Zone Troopers and a Grenadier in that Marv, and he's going to try and keep pushing. Cultists coming out from Dorito, which is going to make it really difficult for him to push through with any severe units like Flame Tanks, and the Firehawks come in. Another MCV is already out though, so that is important. The Redeemer facility is down, but I think his tech lab has been bombed by those Firehawks. No, it's over here. Okay, so I haven't missed anything there. Orca's being shot down out of the air. The Marv does come out, and he's put a Rifleman in there. That's an interesting choice. Maybe to try and deal with the Cultists a bit easier, but not really sure why he would choose to put that unit in there. Shockwave comes down on that Marv, and that could already be the end of this Marv if that hits. Sonic Emitter and Marv with 2 Juggernauts, Zone Trooper support, Firehawks are coming in as well. Or counter shockwave comes down though. It needs to hit the Juggernauts. Firehawks have actually decided to bomb the Marv. They could have bombed that Reclamator hub. That would have been a much better choice. The Orcas are coming in and flanking those Juggernauts. But the Marv has fallen for Affluenza. So that will be difficult to replace because, well, he's not going to have much economy. Although he does have quite a bit of Tiberium left. The most Tiberium on the map. Juggernauts coming out now. And there's 3 Juggernauts now on the field here. And a Redeemer has come out for Booka. And unfortunately, it's pretty much a 2v1 at this point. I mean, poor Dorito has been basically knocked out of the game, and his drone ship is now under fire. Oh, if those Juggernaut shells hit, oh my gosh, that could have been really bad for Dorito. He could have been knocked out of the game right then and there. He has got a tripod back, so he's probably captured that husk that had been sitting there for quite some time. The Redeemer needs to march forward and get on the front line. Sniper team's coming down now to deal with those cultists. And the Marv did survive for Hulk, not on a lot of HP, but it has survived. Firehawks really need to start bombing the infrastructure of Affluenza and Booka as often as possible. Cultists come in and take a Juggernaut. Will the sniper teams be able to pick it up? No, it snipes every cultist except the one that took the Juggernaut. And this Juggernaut will fall, which is a annoying thing for these players to have to deal with. The Juggernaut's still trying to fire and defend. The Marv is back out for Affluenza, and it looks like these guys are going in for the kill, but Hulk still does have quite a sizable force. But oh no, here they come. The Orcas are back in. Where are the Hawks? Where are the Hawks? They've just come back from a bombing raid, which means they have no anti-air loadout, and the Orcas are just killing the Juggernauts on the floor. There are engineers already here, and the Juggernauts from Affluenza are just bombarding this base. The tripod moves in. He takes one. Oh, it gets sniped by the shredder turret. That shredder turret. But these Juggernauts are being completely cleaned up by this tripod. This one tripod has maybe just turned the tides of the battle. Oh, a Zone Trooper drop pod came in, and there's a Redeemer in the base now as well. And there's, are they zone heads? Yeah, there's a zone head there. So this Redeemer, it is vulnerable, but it will clean up quite a lot of things. I mean, imagine it will end up falling. These Firehawks are not burning up, which means that Hulk obviously still has bombs in those Hawks. This Juggernaut needs to be reclaimed, and the Sonic emitters probably don't need to be there anymore with the defense of the Mar. There's not going to be much threat to those Juggernauts anymore from tripods. There's only that one tripod on the map, and Dorito really has nothing else. I mean, this is all he has. And this, wow, there's 2 zone heads here, so this Redeemer is going to fall, absolutely. Unless he decides to use a supersonic. He does have a tier 4. A supersonic could save it, but no, the Redeemer will fall. But now the Marv is moving in. It's a Marv v Marv battle. But there is no support. There's no anti-air for these players at all. I mean, they've got their Orcas, but they aren't anti-air. Is that another shockwave already? Shockwave. No, it's actually Affluenza shockwave, and he's trying to take out this Marv. I'm not sure what the zone heads are doing. They really need to be over here picking up. There's one slingshot without tungsten. He could easily pick off all these Juggernauts, and he could have saved his Marv. But unfortunately, just forgot about them. They move in now, though, and the Juggernauts are under threat. There is absolutely no anti-air here. The Marv did fall for both players, and now all of the Juggernauts for Affluenza are going to fall as well. He needs to kill the husks and then get out of there. He needs to kill them and get out of there. Yep, now run. Run. One of the zone heads has fallen. He's going to lose another one. Oh, that last rocket does not kill that. But the Orcas, again, these Orcas have been very influential in this game, despite there being Firehawks on the field. Those Firehawks, they've been bombing and hollowing out the bases of Affluenza and Booka this whole time, but they have not been able to deal with the aircraft. I mean, look at the veterancy on these things. You can tell they have done a lot of damage to these bases, but unfortunately, Dorito is so badly hurt, he's really unable to support his ally, and now you've got to say Hulk is probably in the better position because he has these Firehawks. A war of attrition will definitely favour the player with the Firehawks, but that's probably a Redeemer that's almost back out for Booka. And this game, it's hit a point where there is not much tib on the map, so everyone is fighting with scraps, and they have slowed to an absolute halt. There is nothing they can do. What? He does have one harvester, so he is literally living off this dead tib field right now with one harvester. That is all Doritos have got. Oh no, he has another harvester over here, which is now under threat. The Firehawks are back, and they're bombing airfield. Did they get the Orcas on the deck? That is huge. If he got the Orcas on the deck, that is a huge moment in the game that I may have just missed. I can't see the Orcas anywhere on the map, on the mini-map. I cannot see the Orcas. I think he got them on the deck, and that is a big turning point in this game because those Orcas were really putting the hurt onto Hulk. He has no refineries over here and only has, wow, he only has 3 harvesters as well. And these guys, they haven't been harassed all game, so their harvester count is still really high. Firehawks coming in and just bombing the power of Booka now, and their bases are being held at. Zone heads coming in again, and there's really no anti-air on the map. The Redeemer will come out, or will it? The bombs come down, and he stops the Redeemer from coming out. Oh my goodness, that is a huge moment. The Redeemer has been stopped, and this tripod is going to move forward. It has not much anti-infantry support, but the heals from these Corruptors are what is keeping it alive in this game and keeping Dorito in this game. The zone head's over on the left-hand side. There's actually a grenade head over here as well. And he does have a tier 2, so he can drop AA defenses. He needs to drop them now. And this MCV is now under serious threat from this tripod. What is this? It's a Marv! He's managed to squeeze a Marv out. Affluenza is saving this game. That Tech Lab falls. He has hard points and all of the veterancy on these Hawks. And they have to win with this Marv, like right now. He needs to capture this Juggernaut Husk, and this tripod, the tripod and the 2 Juggernauts are gonna have to win this game. The zone heads are still over here, just picking off harvesters, uncontested, I should say. This infantry and Marv force is now moving out, but there is a Juggernaut here, and there is these Hammerheads. They could come back and turn the tide of this fight if he's able to pick off maybe a Buzzer Swarm or something like that to pick off that infantry force. Are there any Hammerheads left on the map? Maybe no. The Hawks, they just need to keep on bombing, and look at them. There's 2 elite and 2 veteran Firehawks. These rocket squads and Marv are moving into the base. This drone ship, I don't know where this drone ship's going. It is walking straight into the war zone here. This tripod getting repairs from the Corruptor. Beacon placed. There's the Hammerheads. They're coming back across the map, and this is exactly what he needs. There's a Grenadier. You can't forget there is a Grenadier in one of these, and if he's able to get a good splash on this infantry force, that could be the end of the infantry force. He was never able to reclaim these husks though. If one of oh, here comes the Firehawks again. Are they gonna go? They're gonna go for the MCV. I reckon that'll kill it. Oh, he kills the MCV. He gets a heroic and another elite Firehawk. These Firehawks have done ridiculous work. They've just been uncontested all game. Look at the lack of anti-air, and this is all he has left now. Affluenza. Oh, the tripod fell. The tripod has fallen. There is no more tripod, and I mean, there's really no point for him to say, oh, the husks didn't get cleaned up. If he could get over there and get those husks, then maybe he could still win this game. Hammerhead's on the field, but there is actually a rocket squad in that Marv, which means it does have anti-air capabilities of its own. Zone heads, the Firehawks, they're going to have to fight. They have to fight. They have to defend the airfield. Although the command post actually still stands over here, so he can rebuild the airfield if he needs to. The MCV is on the run, and he's trying to pick... Oh, there's slingshots coming in, and the rocket squads are picking it all off. The Grenadier in that Hammerhead was able to clean up all of the infantry, but there is nothing else left here. The tripod is back, but it just has no support anymore, and there's just no ground units left. There's just no ground units left. This Marv is going to win the game. You would think he needs to get that Corruptor healing that tripod right now. The Hawks, they have to bomb. They have to bomb the Marv. They have to get every bit of damage they can get on that Marv, and as much as that sucks to have to rely on bombing a Marv with Firehawks, he can't get the bombs back now. He has no build. He has absolutely no build, so he has to just use these Hawks to do what he can. Don't feed the tripod veterancy. Goodness me, that would be a disaster. He's got an engineer. He's gonna try and claim that Juggernaut. There go the Hawks. They're gonna bomb that Marv, and there's no repair pad in that Marv. So every bit of damage it takes, it cannot replenish unless it goes all the way back to that war factory. The Firehawks are slowly gonna die now. I think they've used all their bombs. They turn around. The drone ship is about to fall. The drone ship is about to fall. He has claimed that Juggernaut, and the drone ship is going to fall. And that tripod really does not have much health left. It takes the rear armor shot. It's dead. It is dead, and I think that is the last hope. That Juggernaut is going to be cleaned up by those Cabal squads. And well, look at the base that these guys have left. I mean, He literally, I mean, yeah, Booka literally has 2 refs left, and that is it. The Firehawks come in, and I mean, it's over now. There's just nothing left. And Dorito has quit, and I think that will be it. Hulk quits as well. Wow, what a game. What a game that was. Those Firehawks were just uncontested all game. In fact, both sides really didn't build anti-air at any point in the game. I mean, yeah, look, you can see that just both every player in the game really flatlined towards the end. And poor old Dorito, he got hit hard really early in that first push and was just never really able to recover. But that was a great game. Yeah, both teams really failing to build anti-air during that game. I mean, Affluenza's Orcas were really strong, did a lot of damage, and to killing Juggernauts and things like that. And those Firehawks, well, you could see the veterancy on those. Those guys had done some ridiculous damage throughout the game. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that cast.